hello everybody. It's that time of week again. Oh, it's never
Hello.
the webcam is never correct with the green screen. How's it going? Well, as you know, we pushed up today's show to like 6:30 and then we blamed the dog. It was not the
Yeah,
dog's
not the
fault.
dog's fault.
Putting out I was working on the new episode of Crowd's Fault, had a little bit of trouble, and since I do everything on one computer, the time to make it into a file was just taking way too long. But it's in two parts. New episode of Crowd's Fault up now on our YouTube. Are we on mute? We shouldn't be on mute. Kidding. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch, Exterminate. Welcome, Exterminate. We started at 6:30 today. It actually might be a convenient time for a lot of
Yeah.
people rather than our 5 o'clock start time. So we might start at 6:30 from Fridays from now on. But yeah, I was having trouble putting together Crowd's Fault, trying to get everything done on time. And then after Crowd's Fault, got to make the show in the scenes and Streamlabs. But we did all that. We got a great show today. You couldn't help it? No, dude, it was hilarious. Thank you. But welcome. If you haven't been in Nerd Alert before, this is Nerd Alert episode 11. It's very interactive.
Yeah.
We got the chat box over there. Leave a comment. If you want to discuss what we're talking about today with us, feel free to chat.
Yes.
We don't argue or anything. We have a discussion. Like, let's say I like a movie and you don't like a movie, and you want to tell me you don't like a movie, and whatever. You can tell me you don't like a movie. We can converse back and forth. But we try to keep it a very chill, positive, free zone. So, every Friday when we have a formula for the show, something else happens. It seems like every time we wake up on Friday, something has happened, and today is no different. So this whole episode, there's a lot to break down, so it's gonna seem like we're paid advertisement from Disney, but we really aren't. Today's episode is mostly about this Disney Plus service that has been kicked off. Disney dropped a bombshell. So many bombshells this week, and then today Disney dropped a bombshell as far as cinema goes and all that shit. Wow, where do we discuss? Well, first of all, as you can see behind us, here's everything they included. Disney content, Pixar content, Marvel content, Star Wars content, National Geographic content. Of course, you can look up what cultures have it worse than you on the Disney Plus streaming service. I don't know where to start. Well, first of all, Disney announced that it will have a November 12th launch date, which a lot of people thought this was going to be like at the beginning of 2020. A lot of people thought that was the projected date. Nope, no more. It is November 2019, so we're getting it a couple months before we expected it. And then the other bombshell price. So all this content, $6.99 a month.
$6.99 a month.
Go ahead.
My gut is telling me this. My gut is telling me that there's so much content. There's so many characters that we want to see.
Yes.
I mean, it's the Marvel. You're gonna be able to get the movies. You can watch have a Super Marvel marathon or whatever.
And there's a lot of content promised day of that we are breaking down today.
I think this is what my gut is telling me. I think that they're gonna start off with that price point and then they're gonna jack it up.
Okay.
That's what I think.
And I have a completely opposite viewpoint because you got to look at the nature of Disney streaming service itself. Now, I don't mind paying $6.99 a month for Disney Plus. I do mind paying $6.99 a month to DC Universe because the content that's available, the difference in content available, is overwhelmingly different. DC, you get the digital comics, whatever. You get the terrible movies. So far, Shazam, for what we know, is the best DC movie as of late.
I've heard good things about it.
We've heard good things about Shazam, but we're waiting for Endgame. By the way, 2 weeks, guys. We're waiting for Endgame, us personally. But with Disney, I don't see the price being raised because they didn't start off like Netflix. Netflix started off as a mail program, built up that budget, started doing original content right when they moved into streaming, and then all the expenses caught up with them. Disney's just had this undefiable amount of money to begin with. Now they start a streaming service, and look at their content. Disney blockbusters. Think of how many Disney blockbusters can you think of, animated and non-animated? Boom, that's available. You got Pixar. That's a whole other animated blockbusters in itself. Marvel, for the past 10 years, they've been setting the blockbuster box office records with all of their movies. Star Wars, same thing. And we're going to get into the Star Wars part of this whole Disney Plus announcement. And then you have National Geographic, which not only they don't make movies, but it is educational for kids. You already have all this other stuff that's lined up for kids anyway. Now you're going to thank God they didn't go with the History Channel or Everything is Aliens. They went with National Geographic, which has some great documentaries, will help kids with their homework. Also, I love documentaries on nature and space and all that shit. I'm going to be watching it. So they really have no reason to jack up the price because they make so much money anyway. Plus, it's not like Netflix is putting out movies in the theater and making money that way.
The demand is going to be there, though. That's why they're going to jack up the price. That's what I think. The demand is going to be there. They have, I mean, they're like this huge conglomerate of not just media, but so many other companies.
This is true.
Like years ago, when I was in college, I was writing papers on this. The conglomeration of mass media, and I mean, the picture was looking bleak. Like 10 years ago now, or 12 years ago was when I was writing these papers. It's way, you know what I mean. So
it really has evolved since that paper.
My point is that, like, think about all of those executives that they're paying, all of those executives that they're giving bonuses to. My gut is telling me that they're going to jack up the price, and
I just don't want to. My gut. I mean, I think you're thinking. I mean, I can see it because because corporations are corporations.
Yeah.
Well, how long do you say before it starts happening? That's an important. You know what?
Maybe,
that's going to be the debate.
I think time will tell. Maybe
time will tell.
Year. Maybe a year. I don't know. This is my best guess.
I'm gonna say
I'm not.
That's a believable. No. That's a very reasonable. That is a very reasonable time frame because they also have the Fox properties. They also announced that all 30 seasons of The Simpsons will be available for content. So you got to think like all this content. Yeah, people are gonna. I kind of see, but yeah. If you were to say like 3 months afterwards, I would have told you no. But a year, I actually, never mind. In a year's time, everybody buying the streaming service, I totally, you know what, Misty, you're right. I can totally see them jacking it up but I don't see them jacking it up by much. Netflix had to jump it up by much because they were running out of money putting together their original. Because y'all got to remember, before the Marvel Netflix shutdown, they were canceling shows before then because they were fucking doing too much too soon.
Well, there's also the topic of like people just you can borrow your friend's password.
You can borrow. They didn't take that into account. Yeah.
I mean, and there are so many things that we can get for free nowadays that people are like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay for it myself when I can use my cousins or my uncles or my brothers, Netflix password.
Now, I wanted to start off with Star Wars, but since we are on the subject of DC and Marvel, let's go ahead and Netflix, because one of the major announcements with Disney Plus was very eye-opening, if you remember the Marvel Netflix fiasco on not just how everything got canceled and everything, but I'm talking about why wasn't Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, why weren't these Marvel Netflix characters put in to the movie universe? Why weren't they going to be linked? Marvel said they weren't going to link them, put them in there. Why? And with the announcement of Disney Plus came the announcement of new original series, not only already made and everything, will be available apparently at launch. This is what Disney said. The first one, original series, we have Bucky and Falcon having their own original series from Avengers. And these are apparently the actors will be playing these roles and everything. Their own original series, a season of it available at launch.
Okay, so these two aren't in one together. They have their own.
Actually, right? From what I've been reading, I don't know if it's their own each individual or if they have their own and it's one. I think it's
they're individual.
Both of them have I think both of them have one show together. Because the next one that they also announced is Vision and Scarlet Witch have their own show.
So
And
I thought you meant individually.
I think Falcon and Winter Soldier might be, they could be individually, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's groupings right now. So,
Yeah.
like, these two obviously have to be a group because they're like
Yeah.
a couple in the movies. And Falcon and Bucky are buddies, so I imagine that it's a two, but these are at least two shows that you're getting
Yeah.
at launch on November
Okay,
12th.
so is this going to be like Origin? Are they
No
gonna,
idea. No one has.
Origins or?
And I just want to remind everybody, at DC Universe, the only original content you had was the Titan show. Doom Patrol wasn't even out, and it wasn't like a Titan show was just readily available just all there. You had to wait week after week for Titans. This is apparently, this is Scarlet Witch. I could see Vision. Man, Vision is awesome. Vision's an awesome character. There's several great comic books with Vision in them. I'm excited because I like the actors. I like everyone from the MCU in the Avengers cast. So I'm excited to see TV shows. But my point was, this is the reveal of what Marvel had planned, which was not so much reliant on the Daredevil Netflix properties that Netflix wanted and Netflix was going to make, but their own in the Disney streaming service. This was the plan, to make their small-time movie stars in the MC universe have their TV shows, launch those characters so that when they put them in movies, they have a bigger fan base and everything. It all links in together. This is ingenious. It's absolutely ingenious how this is all unfolding, and we'll get to the next part of the Disney Plus here in a minute. But this is ingenious. This is absolutely ingenious. This is great.
But is
brilliant? Go ahead.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is that why that they didn't give a crap and sold those specific properties to Netflix? Like,
that's why they didn't give a shit, because the bigger picture.
Because they already basically, Marvel kind of had in their head that this merger was going to happen.
Well, yeah, had it in their head that this merger was going to happen. The very first eyebrow-raising thing before Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and everything got canceled was the fact that Disney and Marvel merged.
Yeah.
That was the first eyebrow. So everybody said, what's the plan? They didn't give out any plan. They basically canceled on these shows and patted us on the back and said everything's going to be okay. Meanwhile, playing the blame game with Netflix and Marvel just so the PR nightmares, just so there's no PR nightmare and everybody's doesn't know who to blame. Comics. I'm disappointed with my childhood. Didn't get into comic books like I should have. No, dude, because honestly, comic books are less of a mess right now. It's simply pick up a comic, I enjoy it, boom. Movie universes this has gotten absolutely insane. Don't get me wrong, it's brilliant, and as a nerd, I'm thoroughly entertained, but I have to get a new streaming service because I'm going to watch these shows because they already sold me on them. Plus, in the next part of this Disney Plus breakdown. But how do you feel? And are you excited? I would like to see a Doctor Strange show. Like, what potential shows could come out of this?
I don't know. I mean, as of this moment, I'm kind of like, I don't really know. I started reading more, and I've convinced myself
she is a reader.
I need a library card. So if I could, if I can get my Neil Gaiman shows, like,
we do have a Neil Gaiman show coming. We do have a Neil Gaiman show coming out with David Tennant coming out on Amazon that we are doing next week.
Good Omens.
We're breaking down Good Omens next week. Looking at the trailer.
That starts in May.
In May.
That's on Prime.
But we've got a busy May coming up, so we better break everything down now.
but American Gods Season 2.
American Gods Season 2 is coming.
American Gods Season 2. I think that already came out, though, but we don't have Showtime. So that's
for the best.
Something we're just going to wait till that comes out on, like, PlayStation or something.
David Tennant, oh my God. We are breaking it down next week. Exterminate. Good Omens looks fucking amazing.
One of my
Are you abusing me on stream?
No. One of my regulars told me. One of my regulars at work, I found out recently she is a Doctor Who fan. I'm sorry, I digress, but I got to talk about this.
We can break off another thing.
Neil Gaiman is one of my favorite writers. Thank you, Chris. My best friend Chris got me into Neil Gaiman, right? So he's written several Doctor Who episodes. I just read a short story of his that about
also
Doctor
wrote a
Who.
couple Batman comics.
Yes. he also has he written? No, he never wrote any Gotham, but he my train of thought got interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a short story about Doctor Who for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. Anyway, my point, I got interrupted and I totally lost my train of thought.
Well, you were talking
So-
about Good Omens. We were talking about Good Omens.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
I thought.
Okay, I'm a
Well,
huge-
anyway, we're breaking down Good Omens next week. Hold your breath. Maybe she'll think about it next week. Maybe
just-
she'll figure it
No,
out.
I remembered what I was about to say.
Okay, let's do
There
it.
is Catherine Tate and David Tennant. There is a scene. They do a scene from Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh,
One
really?
of my customers, I found out recently.
In Good Omens.
No,
Oh, really?
YouTube.
Oh, in YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
All right. Well, that's. I mean, should be enjoyed. Do you want to watch it right now on stream or something?
I'm just saying.
Well, anyway,
just telling
David
you.
Tennant, Neil
Because he was
Gaiman.
talking about David Tennant.
When all those people are together, something good comes out of it, and we will be talking about Good Omens next week. Now, let's talk about this next part in the Disney Plus deal, because like there was news earlier this week, and then there's like bigger news dropped today. And I believe this is actual still from what's going to be in the Disney Plus streaming service. If not, it's fan made. I don't know. I want to think that this is actual photo of the interface, but you never know with the internet. But Disney Plus will now have like pretty much all the Star Wars content you can possibly imagine, plus new original content. The Mandalorian, which was announced this week, Alan Tudyk will reprise his android role or his droid role from Rogue One. Also, people from the Star Wars movies will have their own original content of TV shows. Mandalorian is promised day of as well. It is a prequel to Rogue One, its own original story, kind of linking to the events of Rogue One, but not really specific, and branching out into another original story. It's Disney's. Oh my God, it just gives me a headache partially because there's so much to talk about, and two, it's like so much I gotta watch now. Like they've given us 3 or 4 shows that we just gotta binge right when we get the Disney streaming service. You're all smiling.
I'm smiling because my opinion is this. I don't care. Like Scarlet Witch, Vision, I don't.
You don't care about any of that?
I feel like it's just gonna be the what I have in my head.
Yeah.
Is that it's gonna be watered down compared to the movies.
We don't.
That's what I have in my head.
I don't,
okay?
and I can't argue with you there.
It's gonna stay in my head until I watch an episode or 2 and it gets proven wrong. If it, you know what I mean.
But then again,
So
if we went into that mindset while checking out Daredevil or Jessica Jones, we wouldn't have found, we wouldn't have, if we went into Daredevil and Jessica Jones going, oh man, I think this is going to be watered down like watered down Marvel movies. I'm just saying, if we didn't go into that with the thought process, we were like, all right, let's check it out, let's see, and it became good. And I think with this, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe they do water him down, but I don't see why. But maybe because kids also, I don't know, will have access to the streaming.
I don't know. I am going into all of it with a healthy amount of cynicism. That's all I'm saying.
Healthy amount, and I should too. But I'm actually
that's how I am as a person.
With all of these like castings of like, oh, the movie people are playing these roles.
Yeah.
That makes me excited, not just for Marvel, but for Star Wars as well. Oh, and here's Alan Tudyk. Oh, and here's this person, here's that person. By the way, Alan Tudyk is killing it lately. He's on Doom Patrol on DC Universe Online.
Oh, he is?
On the DC Universe, yeah. He's in Doom Patrol as the villain, Mr. Nobody.
Yeah.
And now he's back in Marvel streaming service in original series. Alan Tudyk, killing it. We love Alan Tudyk. But yeah, and then today happened. So not only was it announced this week, the whole Star Wars lineup, who was casted, everything, we got this little number today. Haven't seen it. Her and I haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, here it is. It is the teaser for the new Star Wars, titled today, Rise of Skywalker. Misty, The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars Episode 9. Let's take a look and analyze.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. We'll always be with you. No one's ever really gone.
I'm actually glad it was mute because I was a little bit choked
It
up
was-
when we came back. Woo! All right, well, where do we start first? Go ahead.
Star Wars.
So
I mean, it looks good.
it does look good.
Lando Calrissian, I barely remember who he is. So
Yeah, why do you not? It's Lando. It's Lando. How do you not remember?
there were a few.
And that is a still they released today of Billy D. Williams reprising his role as Lando. I had a couple quarrels with this. First of all, I don't the way they just put things in order. Maybe I'm just too much of an uppity Star Wars fan, but I would have liked to have seen Billy D. Williams and Harrison Ford in a scene together at least one more time. But I also wanted a scene with Luke and Han Solo one more time. Didn't get that either.
Well, maybe they did, but how far ahead did they plan though? Did they plan on the last jet or whatever the crap to be the last one?
You know, the Last Jedi was their way of telling fans, look, it's not gonna go the way you want it to. Now, I had the benefit of watching Last Jedi right after Justice League, so I had a frame of reference of a bad fucking movie. And I don't think Last Jedi was a bad movie. Justice League, totally. Not Last Jedi. But that's what it was. They were basically saying, look, we're going to do things our way. You're either going to like it or you're going to hate it. And I was like, you know what? I don't like the way you took it, but I respect that decision. This trailer, I didn't expect that Carrie Fisher thing. Sorry, that hit me with the little Ray tear. I was, oh. But anyway, it does look good. I don't know if I'm going to see it day of. I didn't see Last Jedi day of. So I didn't feel let down when I watched Last Jedi at home with the way Star Wars movies are just reviewed by everybody nowadays. I don't like seeing it day of. Because then you have your friends on Facebook, it was great, no, you suck, it was stupid. Which is what we're going to talk about with Hellboy coming up here very shortly. I don't know if y'all have read the Hellboy reviews. Jesus. But go.
I would rather review it here than review it on my Facebook. I don't think anyone who follows us is Facebook friends with me, but I literally just post about a handful of things and that's it.
Misty keeps it cool on Facebook. Misty keeps it very cool. I don't
like to argue with people. I'm not
Sometimes I do. If it's entertaining to me, I will. But Misty's very good on Facebook. In fact, if you want to add either of the hosts, we're fine with that. Just message us, let us know, hey, saw you on Nerd Alert, all that stuff. Misty's the one to follow, though. If you hate news feeds where someone makes you mad, Misty is the one to follow. She doesn't make anybody mad. Sometimes my jokes. I'm not trying to make anybody mad.
Or like Nerd Alert on Facebook.
Like Nerd Alert on Facebook. We post on Nerd Alert.
Where's the link? Can we post the
link?
We
can post the link. Yeah, we can post the link. Oh, so there's the YouTube. Is the chat bot? The chat bot's not on. Hold on.
Okay.
He's an idiot.
Well,
always messing with me. But I'm excited for the new Star Wars. Really excited for the new Star Wars. You can just click the Nerd Alert logo down below the stream, and it'll take you to the Facebook. We don't need to turn the chat bot on right now. But yeah, definitely excited for Star Wars, the original content, the movie coming out that will finally end the Skywalker saga. And it sounded like the Emperor was still alive. Did y'all catch that? There you go. Thank you, Exterminate. Did y'all catch that?
Crowd's Fault Facebook.
That's the Crowd's Fault Facebook. We need the Nerd Alert Facebook, but the new episode of Crowd's Fault is up. Anyway. So yeah, it sounded like the Emperor was still alive, which I would like, if that is the case, I'd like a totally good explanation on that. I mean, last I saw, that dude, was thrown down in an engine pit, it looked like. Yeah, you heard that voice too, Exterminate? So, I don't know, but Disney killing it right now with this week's news. Got the whole nerd culture, just like some of us are upset, some of us but yeah, really, really awesome. I hope it's good. You're coming to see it with me, but not day of. We're not doing it.
No.
We're not doing it day of. Which brings us now, we did do the comparisons of Hellboy last week. Don Perlman's versus David Harbour's. I liked David Harbour's look, Ron Perlman's just...
I didn't like the delivery. David Harbour's delivery and his voice, didn't fit it for me.
Well...
Didn't do it for me. Compared to Perlman's.
So, the movie came out. That is the kindest review that I found of this Hellboy. More of Heckboy.
We showed that one.
If I do believe correctly, that is from IGN. That is a quote from IGN.com. More of a Heckboy.
That's one of the kinder reviews or one of the kinder comments that IGN made?
That is one of the kinder reviews out now. More of a Heckboy. David Harbour is fine. That's the majority of it. One website, and I think I shared it on Nerd Alert's Facebook, called this, sorry guys, gotta go for now, gotta call. Don't worry.
All right.
You can catch up on the on demand, but give us a lurk if you can. One website called it the worst comic book movie ever made.
Wow.
Now, we have not seen it, so it is unfair to us to add anything. I'm going to watch it just because I have to see it now. But
yeah.
Misty, and feel free to participate in the chat. This talking point is, what is a bad movie? Everyone says universally it's bad, but you enjoy it. What is that movie?
Oh gosh, there's so many of them.
Okay, I'm gonna go with one. I'm gonna go with one because I already have it in mind. I fucking love Jean-Claude Van Damme's Street Fighter movie. I know I shouldn't. I know it's off in so many ways, and it was just a coke binge, and Kylie Minogue and Jean-Claude Van Damme sleeping together backstage, and then Raul Julia's only doing it because his son likes the game, but it's like he's dying. It's terrible, like the background of that movie, and it's just like the movie's terrible itself, but I love it. I love it. I can't explain why. It's one of the worst movies ever made, but I will always watch it. I have a Blu-ray copy of it on DVD. I have Blu-ray HD copy of it. That I won in a Street Fighter tournament, and I was proud that day.
That was hilarious.
I was so proud.
Like we could do so much better. Wait, has that been rebooted yet?
What, Street Fighter?
Fighter, the movie?
Anime adaptations,
Okay.
movies and stuff.
Okay, we could do so much better nowadays. We could do so much better.
We could, but we can't even get like a Mortal Kombat movie done right. Like they've tried to revamp the Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat series, and I guess at the end of the day, you just gotta look at some video game premises and go, no, this can't work unless there's just something different that we're not adding to this element. Hellboy, look, we haven't seen it. I'm sure I could watch it, and it would be so stupid that I love it. Like Street Fighter, I'm sure I could watch it because, like, the character Hellboy comic book character to me, I really don't care unless he meets Batman or something. Unless there's a
Yeah.
Batman crossover,
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Ooh,
But
welcome new viewers.
Welcome new viewers, by the way. We're talking about the Hellboy reviews. What movie do you absolutely love that gets shit on? That just gets shit on by everybody, but you love it. You know it's dumb, but you love it anyway. Mine was Street Fighter.
I have one. I just have to look it up.
Okay, she's gonna look it up. You said earlier like Bloodsport, but then we were. But then I was like, no, we can't have a Jean-Claude Van Damme theme.
So my thing was Bloodsport, but like, and then Dan was like, yeah, what is it, Dude Bros like that movie.
Dudes get hard over
And
Bloodsport. It's a fact.
I think it's really funny because one of my guy friends introduced that to me. Okay, I don't know why my brain is just not working right now.
It's all the coffee. We've had a stressful day. We couldn't get Crowd's Fault put together correctly. But we got it up. Crowd's Fault is on YouTube now, the new episodes. It's a two-parter. But go ahead.
I can't remember the freaking name of it.
Well, dudes do get hard for Bloodsport. Like, I'm not even into Bloodsport, and I'll get hard watching it.
Sleepaway Camp. That
Sleepaway
is a B. You would probably hate it because it is. I don't know if it was like. It's a B movie.
Can we?
It's a
I'm gonna look up the
B
trailer.
movie.
Can we look up the trailer real quick? Let's look up the trailer and.
It's a B movie. I've never seen the trailer. I've watched it.
Sleepaway Camp trailer.
Yeah, and it's 1983.
Oh, then this is gonna be fucking
It was
bad.
remade in 2016. It looks like.
Yeah. Let me find a display capture. Here we go. This is Sleepaway Camp. We're not at intermission by any. Oh, this is not it. Wait, is it? Okay, there we go. I gotta look up that. Oh shit.
What?
I did something stupid. All right. So this is Sleepaway Camp. I'll leave our mic on. Well, no. Let's just watch it. And we're not at intermission. Just check out this trailer.
TV, changing the channel.
Dear Mom and Dad,
So this is.
I've been at a sleepaway camp for almost 3 weeks. And I'm getting very scared.
Welcome to Sleepaway Camp. Someone is watching you.
Hey, Baba, Reba!
Someone is waiting for you. Someone wants to scare you to death.
Turn the wheel!
Sleepaway Camp. You won't be coming home.
Okay, now that is my definition of a bad movie.
Turn the wheel!
Oh my god, that is like basically that's a collection of some of the worst parts in the movie.
They didn't even. What were they running from? They weren't running from anything.
They were about to run over they were about to run over a kid
Jesus.
in the water, but they were going too fast.
Anyway, it was disturbing watching the context.
Typically,
of
I don't.
Yeah, like that. That's my.
I don't know. I don't know the context of that. I just see a dude yelling at some chick, "Turn the wheel! You're ruining this boat trip." That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Yeah, okay, yours wins. Street Fighter can't beat that. Street Fighter doesn't have ridiculous lines. It just has Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile, this American patriot, but for some reason he still has the accent, the Austrian accent.
Okay, here's my thing about B movies. I really don't know if this was made as if this was like conscious camp, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, or if it was subconsciously campy.
Yeah.
I don't know which. I'm leaning towards I'm leaning towards conscious. But okay, so here's an example. This is what I think is hilarious about The Room.
Okay.
I've never seen The Room. I've seen so many clips of it. I know how bad it is. I know on what level.
And you've seen the James Franco
Yeah,
disaster.
I know on what level bad it is, but I would like to state that although Tommy Wiseau after the fact was like, yeah, we did this on purpose. We wanted to be funny.
It was not.
It
yeah.
was not. It was made seriously.
And you get that vibe from Sleepaway Camp?
No, I think well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I bet I could look it up. But
Yeah.
I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah. I don't think Street Fighter was ever. I don't think people put it together seriously. I don't think it was ever made to be a
Really?
seriously good movie. No.
I think
You could tell
did.
by the script
but why would
and
you?
the production that they just shit this piece of shit out.
I think they pooped it out so they could just get people to go to the movie.
Yeah, they just wanted.
don't think-
They were trying to capitalize on the video game
but I
market
don't
without
think-
really even knowing how to pull it off. That's why there's like 20. That's why all the fucking Street Fighter characters are just gathered up in there, and
but
just
no, but I don't think they did that. I don't think they made it campy on purpose. There's no way.
No. I'm just saying that, like, I don't think they made it campy on purpose, but I think the going in, how it was planned, like, they knew it wasn't gonna be like a quality movie. You know what I mean? They were just being like, this is gonna be a blockbuster. Kids are gonna see it. Well, let's try to group up all the characters in one movie and blah blah blah. blah.
It's one of those films that they're just hype.
They
They're
didn't.
hyping it up, and that's why they're making money.
It's like, though I don't want to see it, though I'm probably gonna hate it. Look how much effort's put into that Joker Joaquin Phoenix movie. Like, they were making that going, we want this to be a good movie. I don't see the same motivation behind Street Fighter. Sleepaway Camp, at least people were like, hey, this is gonna be good. Let's make it like it's good, and then it just turns out to be bad, or come off as campy. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, we broke down all of Disney Plus. All of Disney Plus, basically November 12th. All of this is guaranteed. Lando included. No, Lando Calrissian is not indeed, but you get all the Star Wars, you get all this Marvel content, and don't forget, Marvel now has the X-Men back, has just all the Fox properties back.
All of
Disney Plus will even have The Simpsons.
Will they Married with Children?
Will they do Married with Children?
Be on
Yeah.
there? What if FX? All of FX's stuff is that
I
gonna
don't
be on
know.
Disney?
The
Because-
content of what they bought from Fox was very specific things.
Oh, really?
I don't know exact properties. I know it was pretty much everything from everything Fox had of Marvel, back with Marvel now.
I want to know if Always Sunny. Where is Always Sunny in Philadelphia stand? That's what I want to know.
I have no idea. I don't even know if Disney bought it, but Disney did get The Simpsons. This explains why the price was so much. This is why it was billions of dollars. Now, I always thought it was because of the Marvel characters that they were rebuying back. The Simpsons, 30 years of The Simpsons, that had to have been the majority of the price tag. The Simpsons
Really?
is such a valuable franchise.
Do people still watch the new
Yes.
episodes?
Yes.
I stopped watching the new episodes
Well, you
in like
gotta-
the 90s. in
You
the
gotta
late
think.
90s.
You gotta think like, on top of all the Marvel merchandise that you can make with the characters you didn't have before, like the X-Men or everything. You gotta think about the Simpsons. The Simpsons
mean,
have their own theme
that-
park at Universal. They have their own section
know
at
that.
Universal. The Simpsons is
They-
a pop culture phenomenon.
They do have slot machines.
Slot
They have
machines,
Simpsons slot
merchandise.
machines. I mean, I would buy like one of those, a donut floaty.
Yeah.
Like I would buy it, I would buy something like
You gotta
that.
think the value of the Simpsons franchise is just as, if not more valuable than the Star Wars franchise. In terms of those are both
More
billion-dollar.
valuable than Star Wars.
That merch, the collector's thing, all that, the media, everything that they've put out, everything, movies, the Simpsons movie, the Simpsons toys, all that merch, just everything that they've been at the studio lot at Universal Studios. It's just probably not more than Marvel, but still in the billion-dollar capacity. Because the Simpsons has been around 30 years.
Yeah.
It's a cult. It's in our culture now.
Yeah.
It's influential, just as influential as Star Wars. So that explains the big price tag for everything Marvel was or Disney was buying from Fox. And of course, Disney could buy it. They had the money. That's why I don't think they're going to raise the price.
Yeah.
Because they have just this, they can just piss away money into whatever the Marvel does or to whatever their streaming service does.
I'm curious. I want to see what happens a year from now.
If they do raise the price, you will be right. It will be like after a year.
I'm curious.
But now, we're going to start doing something new here on Nerd Alert, because we not only just stream on Fridays for Nerd Alert, we also stream video games. The majority of the time it's me, but Misty's actually going to start streaming some stuff too. She's thinking about her own solo content.
I'm thinking about it right now.
But start to see a little bit of some stuff out of Misty. She's going to be learning Streamlabs, so if you see her accidentally click and go live, which might happen.
With my, I don't know.
Just say hello.
Face like right in front of the camera.
What does this button do?
What? I can't see what's going on.
What's that screen? As she pulls up like copyrighted material and gets us suspended. But no, you will be seeing Misty on here with her individual shows, maybe playing some games. She wants to dabble more. She wants to. I'm gonna motivate her to do it. But this week, sweetie, on stream, you know, everyone knows my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII, and you've been noticing me play Final Fantasy VII now on Nintendo Switch. First of all, on the Nintendo Switch, let me just say, as a 20-plus year Final Fantasy VII fan, I love playing it on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, they bring out the colors more than they did in the PlayStation, than PlayStation ever could. They clean up the graphics and the textures to where it looks like I'm playing Super Mario RPG. I'm not looking at polygons. I'm looking at smoothed out characters that actually look like characters, and I can tell what they wear. It's amazing. But also, this new mystery, this 20-year-old mystery. I'm going to turn the volume off because it's not our channel. But this 20-year mystery has been discovered, or this 20-year, just no one knew it was in the game, has been discovered, and I'm going to actually see if it's in the Nintendo version. Let me just bring this up real quick. So basically, the rumor behind Final Fantasy VII, the big rumor when it came out, is that you could resurrect the character Aeris, because in this game, her death is so dramatic and terrible. Here's her death right now. Sephiroth just stabbing her in the heart. But gamers were so attached to her character initially that they just, she can't be dead. There's got to be a way to resurrect her in the game. And a lot of people was looking for this. One of the developers actually said, we did laugh about hiding a long sequence in the game, all that other stuff. So basically what happened was, these guys were just messing around and they found it, basically. This video is up on our Discord. It's on our Facebook as well. You can check it out. Basically, it shows this extra piece of hidden dialogue within the game where Aeris is kind of resurrected. She's in your party inactively, but she's still there in the menu, and it's there for 20 years. Now, as a 20-year Final Fantasy fan, I gotta do it. I gotta see what this is all about. Now, it might not happen on the Nintendo Switch, because one of the parts you need to do is kind of dated technology. So what this guy did to find the secret was he had to plug in his controller number 1 into the second player slot, hit L1, R1, and circle. Nowadays we do everything wirelessly. I don't have corded controllers. So I'm thinking, is the coding just for second player, or is the coding specifically you need to have this port plugged in? Does it make up for the digital the digital change? So I need to beat the game anyway on Nintendo Switch if I want to be one of the best Final Fantasy VII fans there is. So that's what we're doing all week. That's the primary stream we're having this week. But also, you know, NBA 2K streams, the usual stuff, Borderlands 2, we're doing all that. But the main focal point is that secret in Final Fantasy VII. Does it have it in the Nintendo Switch? We learned yesterday that they kept in a lot of secrets. Even one I recently discovered, I had no idea was in there, happened yesterday. If you want to look at that, that's at the 49-minute, 30-second point of the game, or of yesterday's stream. But anyway, that's the majority of the streams this week. Final Fantasy VII plus all the other games. New Nerd Alert next week, where we're going to be talking about Good Omens, the David Tennant show. We're going to be looking at that. And anything else that Disney wants to drop or DC wants to drop. Also, a little bit of good news. We've been advertising Misty's film, This World Won't Break. Premieres tomorrow. And, sweetie, what was the big news that you wanted to say about the showing, about the tickets?
The tickets?
Like, are there tickets available, sweetie?
No,
It's sold out. Misty's film is sold out for tomorrow night. This World Won't Break. Just wanted to congratulate you on the stream. She had no idea I was going to bring this up.
No, that's why I'm like...
Just wanted to bring this up. Congratulations, by the way. I can't wait. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to see a packed... I'm going to see a packed theater seeing Milady's movie.
What does this mean? Does this mean more LinkedIn invitations for me?
Yes, I think this means...
Yeah, like...
I think this means more LinkedIn. I think this means more Facebook ads for you.
More Facebook ads?
I think this means... Yeah, people sending you Facebook requests and shit. But I'm very proud. It's pretty cool.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Usually she takes me to these showings, and it's usually like the cast and the crew and stuff, but this is the actual like premiere, and it's like completely sold out, 200 something seats. It's gonna be amazing.
If y'all have seen, if y'all tuned in for the past few episodes, we've on the past 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know, the past few episodes we've had, we've played the trailer. So if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Also, but we'll just go back to the live scene since we're calling it. We're going to be calling it an episode here pretty shortly. But hey, we've lasted 11 episodes. Thank you for that. We wouldn't be going 11 episodes if we didn't have regular viewership, like Exterminate, Dead World, everybody who comes in here.
We appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it. As you know, we got Comic-Con coming up. We're pretty excited about that. Look for more Facebook ads about Comic-Con, and if you see it, share it. And if you have friends who haven't liked and followed us yet on Nerd Alert that are nerds just like all of us, please bring them into the community, bring them into the circle, because I don't want people missing our Comic-Con episodes. I really don't. This is really going to be special.
Those are going to be external links.
Yeah, plus everything else we've got planned that we're not discussing.
Yeah, we're gonna have content on different platforms, not just Twitch.
Not just Twitch. We're on YouTube, Facebook, all the whole shebang bangs. So guys, if you're watching video on demand, hit subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, you know what to do. Always just watch, chat, like, follow, whatever, host, anything, everything is great. And thank you. For Nerd Alert this week, I'm Dan.
I'm Misty.
And we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you very much. We out!